Coach D-Rob out till potentially all-star. Can you just talk about what, that kind of takes away from the team and, what she brings when she's out there?
Yeah, obviously D-Rob is a veteran presence for us. Somebody who has experience in this league. I think defensively helps us, pushing the pace helps us. So a lot of different areas. But we're an org and we're a team that prides ourselves on building full teams and understanding that it's the next man's opportunity, the next athlete's opportunity. And so that's where our focus is, right? D-Rob's done an amazing job at just encouraging and being positive and giving a lot of positive energy to our players now in the role that she's in. And so we're just expecting the next man to be ready and to step up and take advantage of their opportunity.
And how's Ari been doing with the starting role?
Ari's been doing okay. She's been fine. Still adjusting. Ari's only in her third year, so it takes some time, especially at the point guard position, to really fill it out, understand it, know it. But Ari's done an amazing job for us. I mean, last year and now coming into this role too. So we're still looking for great things from Ari. We know she has a ton to give to this team, and so we trust Ari and where she is.
Obviously, it's early in the season still, but it feels like we're starting to see some time play out and stuff, like already digging into the numbers a little bit. Is there anything that you think has stood out schematically just across the league that's starting to change a little bit this year?
Oh, across the league.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know if I'm paying attention across the league right now. I'm so focused on in-house and where we are and what we have going on that I haven't really necessarily looked across the league. I think the scoring is higher though this year, if I'm not if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure that'll come down.
I was wondering off that too. Kind of a niche question, but have you felt like any difference in how effective ice coverage is this year?
Ice coverage?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people have just been doing it, you know what I mean, for the last few years. I like it because it tends to keep the ball out of the middle of the floor as much as possible. So that's one of the reasons why I like doing it. Our players are way too good and can do so many things, especially when that ball hits the middle of the floor. So I tend to like to have it on the sidelines and see what we can do out of that.
Definitely. It just it feels like there's been like a ton more pop actions.
Yeah.
Throughout the year too, to watch.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
People are icing.
For sure. And then going off that too, when you're obviously with how successful you guys were defensively this year, last year and then trending into this year.
Yeah.
How much goes into trying to maintain your base while also, trying to, account for what is coming up with another opponent?
Yeah. A lot. A lot goes into trying to be who you are. You know what I mean? First and foremost, but always understanding that this league has so many good players and that you have to scheme towards the players at times, but not necessarily lose yourself. So we focus a lot on ourselves, but we also focus on the personnel of other teams and trying to take something away from them that they may be comfortable doing. And so we try to put all that into play as we scheme and get ready for different opponents and different teams.
And then one question for each. One thing that's been vying for basketball is that we just need to get some. What have you been hearing from the coaching staff of better through this stretch of this? Just waiting.
Preparing myself for when my name is called. I think that's the most important part. Just being able to sit on the bench and hype up my teammates and kind of see what the WNBA is, seeing the pace and seeing different calls out there. I think it's going to prepare me.
Speaking of, how are your first regular season minutes pro?
It's always exciting. I mean, it's a moment you dream of. So definitely was exciting for me.
Yeah. I think we're going to have a lot of Gamecock fans in the building. Obviously did on Sunday. What's it mean to have Columbia so close and for folks to be able to come and see them?
Yeah, the Gamecock fans are a rowdy bunch. I think that they love to travel. They love to support their team. So I'm excited that they're in reaching distance. So I'm excited that this is going to be a great crowd today.
Yeah, Haley was telling me on Sunday that you got up to be introduced, you did the Gamecock sign and had this huge applause. Can you describe that moment of hearing that and having the folks support you?
Yeah, it's kind of like a flashback of CLA, just kind of that atmosphere. But then obviously in a new sector, in a new environment, and knowing that they still support me through it is just a great feeling to have.
Yeah, and seeing, or I guess seeing Asia today, having the Gamecock great, Are you gonna talk to her? What's that mean? What's your relationship with her?
Yeah, I'll talk to her after the game, for sure. She's a great person, honestly. She's came to a lot of practices as well, so kind of somebody that I look up to just in terms of basketball advice.
Yeah, and then I want to ask about that Cheyenne, also, a Pregame team, and, what has she helped you kind of over these past couple of weeks and what she does?
Yeah, she's a vet. She's a lot of experience. She knows the game, so just being able to watch her and watch what she does on the court, I think it's going to prepare me.
Sorry.
But yeah, some question for Naz. You've always been like a super high field player. Can you talk about your connected passing last game? Being able to,
Yeah, I'm super proud of that. Huge accomplishment for me. But coaches really being on me of making sure that I'm able to see the floor. Obviously, a lot of times CP gains a lot of attention. So when she's open, being able to get her the ball. And that's really something that I try to focus on that last game. She did a great job catching them and putting them in. But really just trying to expand my game, do anything that I need to take my game to the next level so that my team can be at the next level. And I felt like passing was that last game.
Question for you two going on.
Yeah.
We've been talking about CP, like
Yeah.
she's been awesome out the gate.
Yeah.
Do you think anything like has popped specifically with her game, or what do you think is worth about you?
We talk to CP a lot. I mean, CP is just so talented. I have so much belief in who CP is and her game and what she offers our team, but also the league. I think she's somebody who slept on a little bit in terms of her skill set and what she can do. CP is somebody who, down low is super efficient, can do a lot, can score in a variety of ways, can also step out and score in that way. So we're on CP a lot just by just talking to her about just being consistent. If you want to be a top player in this league, the main thing that the top players have in this league is consistency. Every day they show up and they do the same thing every game. All right. They do it every practice, they do it every game, and that's how they separate themselves between who's the top players and who's the next level, et cetera, et cetera. And so that's our conversation with CP, but CP is an all-star caliber player in this league. I truly believe that. And I will continue to say that and continue to encourage her to play that way, because when she plays that way, it really elevates his team.
Like obviously you got to play against her prior too.
How much I played against
Well,
CP. That was like younger, CP's in her ninth year for sure, but maybe a couple years.
Watching her footwork from like where she was at obviously now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
crazy to watch the way she's going up posts like that.
Yeah, just a lot of credit to CP and the work that she's put in. And, we throw CP down there and we force her to be a 5 for us. So another credit to her for accepting that role. I would say that's not CP would love to be out on the perimeter a little bit more in our system. It just, with the positions we have, it just doesn't lead for that. But she does a great job of accepting that role and being coachable.
What did you think when she ripped and ran and I think it was the stat?
Oh, I was screaming at her to give it up the whole time. Give it up, give it up, give it up. But then she took it in and she finished it well. And so then I can't say anything. I got to shut my mouth and throw my hands up and say, good job, CP.
You talked about her playing all-star caliber basketball.
Yeah.
Right now, I think she probably be an all-star.
Yeah.
As her coach, seeing that and that her ninth year, what would that mean to have for being all-star?
I think for CP, it would mean like she would be thrilled. The work that CP puts in, she is somebody who's super competitive and works on her game. CP goes in the gym and actually works on her game and is not afraid to get extra shots. And, she puts time into her game. So I think for her to be rewarded with something like that would mean so much to her, but it also would show that, she has the ability to, and the talent to play at that level. Like I said, with CP, it's really the consistency, being able to come in every single day and prove that this is who you are.
And when she is obviously an incredible player, but when she is a leader off the team, can you describe that a little bit?
I mean, CP's a vet, you know what I mean? So for them, like, I think it's somebody who they can go to and look to in terms of advice, you know what I mean? Small advice about things on the court. I think her work ethic, right? She shows that every single day because CP puts the work in on the court in terms of working on her game and different things like that. So anytime you have veteran leadership that can show some of the younger players how you need to work on your game in order to improve each and every year, I think is really important to have.
We have one question on Zoom. Get you out of here. Let's go to Howard Mecca from the next.
Hi, guys. Appreciate your time. Coach, just want to start with you. I know you say you didn't play much with CP. I want to ask you about someone you did, and that's Kia Vaughn. In terms of Kia's role, what has been sort of the most rewarding part of that for you and for your team as you've seen her impact on this organization so far?
He is just solid. I mean, we say it all the time in our organization. We want the right people around. And Kia epitomizes that the most. She's just the right person, on the court and off the court. I mean, on the court, she can still share with them like little small things that affect the game in terms of communication. Like she talks to them a lot about communication, about positioning, about this, about that, how to be. So she just is somebody who is the right person to have in an organization. And when you have good people and you have the right people around, it's contagious. It's infectious, and it really helps elevate your organization. So Kia has definitely been that for us, and it's why we like to have her around.
I appreciate it. And Naz, to you, just somebody who's been able to see her as both a player and now somebody in the front office. Two parts to it. I'm wondering if there are specific parts of your WNBA experience you've taken from her, either it's on the court, off the court, and just related to it, whether it serves as a model for you potentially for what after basketball might look like for you.
Yes, like Coach T touched on, I mean, Kia's awesome. She does a little bit of everything for us. On the court, definitely that communication piece. I mean, even if you're not in the action, being able to talk, especially as a post player, being in that back line and being able to direct your teammates. Like I remember when she was on the court with me, like I always knew what was going on in front of me, behind me, beside me. And I really want to be that person for my team, whether that's this year or the coming years, and continue to work on that. And then off the court, I mean, Kia helped me learn how to be a pro. She was around a lot.
She's just a simple nobody.
Like she's around a lot and made sure that, each and every day last year, me and Ryan got to where we needed to be, got ourselves into a routine, got ourselves into a schedule. And that was really important. I mean, not sometimes, but just going into a new environment, it's hard to kind of figure it out, but she definitely guided us in the right direction.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.